while I'm setting stuff, I'm about to post I am live on my regular um streaming, not streaming, my regular Instagram account. I just wanted to say thank you all for watching. Especially if you're watching my YouTube videos. I know a few of them got views. Thank you for watching my VODs. I just want to say thank you for watching. And you're watching the VODs. Hey, I do have a video YouTube channel, so you can go watch that. Even though I haven't posted, like, outside of these VODs, I haven't posted in a bit. I will be posting, especially once when I get into school, right? Um, so go do that. Let me actually not take that. Let me go to a different platform, well, Twitch still. But yeah, make sure y'all go do that. If you like my content, go follow me on my things. I mean, YouTube, Dekunobu, of course. You can tell because I have the same icon everywhere. I will also say that it's in the description and the link to my videos. Not the description of the video, but like the bio. You can look at my link tree. You can go do that. I will say, I'm pretty sure I put uh, what's called my TSA link tree there too, or not my TSA, but the TSA link tree there too. So if you would do me a tremendous favor, and if y'all thinking about donating, go donate there. My TSA, but the TSA link. But yeah, so I had to end stream a little. Well, no, I didn't have to. Uh, I was wrong, anyways. I could have easily paused it, but I decided to end stream early. That way, it could be easier to break down. When it came to how do I phrase? What I'm trying to say. That way, it'd be easier to break down when I come with these videos. So it's not like a 3 hour long video. I'm gonna try and keep it to like an hour or two. Uh, well, tell me how y'all are enjoying the format that I'm doing this. Especially you're like one of the people that I'm sharing this to, like the videos. 'Cause I'm gonna share it to Jordan, Freddie, Spider. I'm trying to think of another person who would be great to send this to. And I could use their feedback. Maybe my friend JS, if y'all remember that nickname. Probably, maybe, I'm not sure. And I'm trying to think of one more person I want to send this to. I haven't really talked to a bunch of my friends recently. Maybe Aaron. Just realized I said her actual name. But yeah, like, I'm probably gonna share these videos with y'all. So tell me how good they're coming along. Before I still try and set up because I don't not used to posting things on here. But so that's something, alright. I was trying to post a story, but I can't post a story, so like I'm making a permanent post for now. I'll make it so that only my friends can see it though. Close friends. Wait, I'll make myself the collaborator, of course. Theo. I'm. Also, in case y'all hear background noise, that's my siblings. Can't really do anything about it, so. Yeah. Sorry. But, yeah, I'm trying to get used to this, and what I might do, because Twitch have this, like, automatic, split in half feature, where if you want, you can split it up into 15-minute segment. So what I might try is for the next stream to record like 15-minute segments, while in that roughly 15 minutes, be like bye. Anyways, on to the next topic. I like once when I say 15. Trying to see. I know you can make it so it only shares with certain people, but I forgot how I do that. But dang it, okay. I don't want to discard this. How do I edit it so I can? Oh, wait, I did it on my phone. How do I save this as draft? Can I save this as a draft? I cannot save this as a draft. All right, give me a second. Like I have to disregard this. I'm just gonna post that story anyway. So whatever. That's spectacular. But yeah. Let me know. Yeah, I like this format to it. Tell me what I can improve in your opinion. Cause I want to get better, of course. Um, so in order to get better, you have to try. Uh, I'm trying to find the best format for these videos, whether it be like doing 15-minute segments, and then like breaking apart like that, or if it's just like doing it in general. But what I will say though, uh, is I wish that it had a 30-minute segment too, cause that would be that would be so useful to me, because I was actually looking at the previous live stream and both parts were around 30. Like when I got done with the two parts, well, one of them took longer, but when I got done with some of the parts, it was like 30 minutes apart. So what would have happened is like roughly 3 videos worth, and seemed like it cut off. But yeah. So just before I actually get started, let me give you a rundown of what's going on. Currently, I am playing Brotato. I might switch it back to Rocket League at one point, or Warframe. Could I play more intensive games? Yes, I do, actually. But a lot of times when I do that, it's hard for me to focus, so you don't see me do it very often. Um, when I want to talk about stuff. Like, if I do, you will see me play like games like Among Us and whatnot. Because that's not very high intensity a lot of times, especially on the Xbox. But we currently playing Brotato. And then also a quick side note is that last video was about discuss. I have a tab for this now. So last video that I made, we discussed. What did we discuss? Oh, we discussed what is the value of life and how do we add to it. In particular, chat phrase that how people add to it. We talk about how to talk about feelings, because I feel like some people just don't know how to do that, and like how it's better to just to tell people how you feeling at the moment, and like actually deeply explain it versus just waiting and putting it off. Um, and lastly, we discuss understanding people. That was my least favorite part, not gonna lie, but because it was all around, it's kind of hard to like completely vocabulate what I mean. I think they did pretty well, but you know, I feel like I could have done better during that part. Also, I'm pretty sure I send these messages. I'm gonna double check. I do have to check threads and whatnot, which, oh my god, that will be so annoying. Cause I hate it. I really do. One of my least favorite things. Um, did not. I'm gonna switch back to my main account. Like I send. No, it didn't. Has my stuff not been sending? Let me reload. Can I send something? Yeah. I just sent that photo. So it should be up. Give me a second. Let me pause stream so that this doesn't add on to the video, making it even longer than what it already gonna be. Okay, pause. Yeah, it's taking a while to set up. So I'm just gonna do is in between rounds, try to get it to up and working. But yeah, so let's get it started. Let me actually open up the that I constantly made for this. That way I can always check on it. Okay, yeah, my Instagram. Yeah, I don't gonna be able to post. It sucks, but it is whatever. Um, but yeah. So I want to talk about Drain. So why do I want to talk about it? To begin with, let me tell you, I was very drained today because what happened was, uh, last night, like, well, first of all, I did a lot of streaming last night, of course, because you didn't watch it. But more importantly, I have fell asleep at like 12 o'clock waiting. They said there's a chance. So I was like, you know what? I'm willing to take that chance to call you. And I'll wait. Also, because I don't like people calling me while I'm in the middle of a movie. That's like, especially with silent voice, that's like the one thing I like. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. But outside of that, I should please, in my very open calls, I'd rather you tell me ahead of time, of course. But it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you for it, not telling you. Uh, quite the opposite, actually. There's a minute amount. Let's combine you. Alright. Um, but I was feeling very drained. And I realized that a lot of times people are feeling drained, but they don't really associate with it. And I will talk more about it, about what like brain burn out. But when I talk about being drained, like, what do I do when I'm being drained? Because you know, I figured some people just don't know how to do it, and I don't know how to do it. I just don't. But you know, I just figured, you know, let me share some healthy strategies for if you feel drained or whatnot. The first and most important thing I would say is to look at what's going on around you, right? So oftentimes drain could be like, oh, you're putting on too much work, you're doing too much, like, yeah, no, like you are putting too much weight on yourself in order for it to more than you should like normally and can handle, or like use a handling. So it can sometimes lead to you being really drained, right? But there's also other things that you take in consideration. Like sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's legitimately just like, hey, people around you are being annoying. And you might not realize it, but that can take a way more mental effect than what you think. It could just be stuff like that, right? So, you know, if it comes to stuff like that, I would say the best strategy is to try to talk to people, of course, to be like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's stressing me out, and whatnot. Can you please stop doing this? Um, like talk to them. If that doesn't work, you can cut them out. Like especially if it's something like they're doing something wrong about you, just cut them out. You can, if you want this out, I really do it. I try to like explain why first before I do it. That way they're not like, okay, I thought we were doing so well, and be like, no, you just keep doing this over and over again, and I don't like it, so I just like I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. So I'm cutting you off, right? Like you can do that, and that's a healthy marriage in a relationship. Also, by the way, when I say relationship, I don't just mean romantical. Um, I'm used to saying relationship just in general, but I realized that, you know, last year, as you could tell, oftentimes that also referring to like romantical interests. So I just want to specify like, hey, you know, when I say relationship, unless I specifically say like platonic, you know, non-platonic, like romance relationships, something like that, yeah, I directly mean I only like, hey, anything else but friendship. Is the best way to phrase that. But I was saying, oh, but the point of me bringing that's the point of me bringing it up. That's a great and healthy way to end friendships. Is like telling the person what they did wrong, and then cutting them off. Like, I'm trying to get better at this myself, but don't constantly give people chances. That was my entire when this forgiveness too much was about. Like, when do you classify too much forgiveness? And I don't think I touched upon it in that video. It was more about me like talking about anime stuff. But I would say that oftentimes we draw on too much in hopes that they would change for the better, and they were proven wrong. And sometimes they do, but like at the end of the day, all those things that they did will still stick, and you will still remember them. So it's like, is it worth it? My history isn't that bad. I can always get it back. Oh, luck. So that's like a very important question I would say to ask. Okay, I completely messed up. I meant to combine that, but it's whatever. With my yeah, I can. No, I can't. I don't need to do that. But like, that's a very important question to ask, and too much can be do that. But then, like outside of like, oh, what's going on with your relationship and what are you doing that can make you drain? The other thing that you could look at too to be like, so this is what's draining me. Like, first of all, something that people kind of underestimate is the effect of certain drugs on your life. Like, I'm not just talking about medicine drugs. I'm talking about like, oh my god, I didn't realize I died. Like, I saw my health red, but dang. But I'm not just talking about like the effects of certain drugs on your life. I just mean like in general, uh, chemical reactions when I think typically like kind of don't think about that. Which, yeah, it's alright. But it can heavily affect it. Like, take for instance, someone I know, I'm just gonna say Spider, right? I don't know why I didn't just say that. Spider typically have like headaches and whatnot in the morning, especially when she doesn't drink coffee. Sometimes you gotta go back to sleep for your work, like get better. But like one side effect that people underestimate is coffee. Like, yeah, drinking coffee is all fine and good, but like, you know, it's not the best for you, especially if you get moderated. And just like every drug, sometimes you need more and more increasing amount, which could be negative and bad for you. Let's see. So let me read this actually. I don't think any. Oh, this one scales, but that's just pure explosion. Yeah, I don't see why not. But yeah. What was I saying? Hey, let's point out that what I was saying, is like stuff like certain drugs or chemical reactions can actually alter stuff. Sometimes it could legitimately be something as small as like the food that you eat can be a heavy impact on it. So that's important to take into consideration. Speaking of headaches, in case you can't tell when you're drained, one of the like really good signs that I know for it, especially when it comes to my person, like me myself, is do you have a headache? Because I feel like oftentimes headache are a great showcase of it because just like, hey, your body's telling you like something wrong. I need help. This is explosion, not flame. So, and I'll just let it be. But the point I'm just trying to do too many things at once. But it can often be shot like hey, it can be showcases of stat and stress. But stuff that can tell you drain is one that you've been doing a lot and been stressed out. Two, headaches and other mental illnesses or effects, ill effects. Like sometimes you're too drained, you can really get a fever. Like there are multiple cases where like people get sick and whatnot when that happens. Because fun fact, your body is very, 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 very affected by like your mental health sometimes, very annoyingly so. But it is something that is true. Um, So I would say that if you are like feeling like that, try to say like, oh, like maybe I'm exhausted. Those are just some things. But back to what I was saying, like, oh, ranch is, yeah, I think. But back to what I was saying, I'm trying to do two things at once. So when it comes to when it comes to it, it can also be caused by just anxiety, like stress. Uh, wait, no, what? No, it's just how about identifying it, and then I was talking about like a great showcase of like, oh, this is what happened. Like, this is a great showcase of it. So I don't know why I'm talking about it. That I'm confused myself. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause the game. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop. I'm trying to add to the thing, but I just keep messing up. So let me take a second to recalibrate myself. I'm gonna pause the stream because I kept trying to do multiple things at once and did not work. And now I'm lost in the sauce. I think I got it back to where I was. So small lighting can also affect your mental health. Let me that. So being drained is very annoying. But you can do certain things to help change it. Hopefully, like one of the things I was getting at, maybe I have no clue because not gonna lie, I kind of lost. I lost myself when I was trying to figure out what I was talking about. Um, but when it comes to like identifying it, there's stuff like even small things like your food and habits can lead to like you feeling drained and whatnot. And then lastly, outside, doing too much, your surroundings, you feel like drained. There's also stuff where like your habits. I want to put that separately because habits are a really good impact on yourself. So like if you stop doing a certain thing, habit, then sometimes that could make you feel more drained. Like take for anything, when I don't do YouTube for a long time, I feel like I'm failing myself. I want to do content creation, but I'm not doing it. I'm a failure. Whereas like no, it's perfectly fine for you to you know be a little exhausted. It's not that big of a deal. You can always post later, right? It's stuff like that. Um, that like sometimes make us over. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. It's small habits like that can also affect you. Where and like what you want to do can sometimes hit yourself. So mental like or your mental state is heavily a factor, of course. Uh, but it's like certain habits are actually what are dreams. Like let's say you try to have a habit where you call someone every day, right? Or in my case, I try to interact with my friends not every day. Like if they interact with me, I try to interact with them. And then when I see their notes, I try to interact with it. But that is like very draining on me. Because I really do like my friends, why not? But oh my god, do I find a lot of social interactions draining? Like you can kind of tell some people can apparently, which is a great thing ever. Like you can't tell. Do not feel like doing this. That is insane. Are you blind? Um, you think it's a joke, but sometimes you be like, how can I tell? But the point of me saying that is it can be small habits like that that can also be affecting your mental. That could be affecting it too. Like I would say, sorry, I got right in front of my TV. I would say doing like small habits can also be draining. You just don't realize it. So if you just like can't think of anything else, it could be like small habits or big including stuff like school, Bible, put down your work, but like club activities and whatnot. Where like you're not mandatory, but you like doing it. And when you miss out on it, it could also be a major heavy impact to you. Like I mentioned with YouTube. So all those things can cause drain. Of course, once again, just doing work can also cause it. But a really underestimated one is just living your life. Yeah, fun fact. Living is stressful. Who could have figured? Uh, so I would say living your life, right? Can also be heavily stressful, and I would recommend you like try taking time to like just relax sometimes. But like let's actually talk about how can you deal with it. Like, how can you deal with being drained? Well, first of all, there are multiple things. Like, once again, as I brought up habits and what you do, sleep. Sleep can heavily help when it comes to being drained. Uh, Oftentimes that like you sleep in too much, that can be showcase of depression, you being overburned, drained, or you just working too much, already burned out or overworking yourself. So do not stress if you're sleeping in a bunch because it could be that. Now, yes, sometimes just people being lazy, but I would like say oftentimes it's not that. Especially if you're like, I want to do this, but I just don't feel like I can. That's not a bad thing. Well, it is a bad thing, but it's like yeah, no, that's you're burned out and whatnot. Like you gotta give it time. And it does. It will suck. And it always does. But eventually it will be lessened, go away maybe. It really depends on the person. Sometimes it's just there forever. Kind of like depression. Depression is one of those things where like sometimes it's just there and you're just kind of stuck with it. Um, yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, I'll go with the mountains. Um, but like you can help deal with it by taking time to like go sleep because sometimes that can really be helpful. Changing anything around you that could be causing it. So once again, if it's like people in your life, you can cut them off, or be like, hey, I need to take a break. Which really healthy. That's why I did that once, right? Where she like, yeah, I'm just gonna close everything off and sit there and do nothing, right? Well, not sit there and do nothing, like close everything off so I can like can focus and whatnot. Really good for your mental health sometimes. Sometimes it could be a double-edged sword. Like sometimes you need to talk about stuff, but like you're cutting everyone off, so you can't talk about it. And like you feel like you're gonna be away on someone, but you're not going to be. So sometimes it's actually like not like self-help. It's more like I'm self-destroying, but I don't realize it. But it really depends on the case-by-case basis. Hello, viewer. How is your day going? But yeah, it depends on a case-by-case basis. I am not getting speed up. I don't want to roll. Um, it, like kind of depends on case by case basis. I would say though, I would lean more towards not completely doing that, depending on why you're doing it. Like if you're cutting someone off because like they're doing too much and like they're like causing you to, I want to say get drained. Like they're just like doing you wrong and you're overthinking it and whatnot like that. Yeah, cut them off. But it's just you're you're overwhelmed by too much stuff, it's way better for you to be like take a breather. Like, hey, for the next 2 days, I won't be talking as much. Don't worry, I'm good. It's just much better for that. I already mentioned sleep. I would say sometimes changing habits can help. So, like, take for instance, maybe don't force like think like, I gotta go here constantly. If that's like a habit, like working out sometimes can be extremely like working out is physically draining, which also means mentally draining. While yes, you do get a boost mentally from it because your body really like it, so you get like dopamine rush from it, and it's like to. I'm pretty sure I would get struck down for saying this word, but it's actually proven to be a better way to deal with adult private urges. I guess is the word I would use instead of like adult films, and also give you better and more reliable dopamine, and it doesn't lead to addiction as much. You can't become an addict working out though. It just doesn't happen kill me. Like, continue doing this versus watching too much Smallville. Um, the point of me bringing that up was changing your habits can help to like lowering the amount of time to do something, or just generally changing it altogether. Could really help. Am I losing a bunch of damage? I feel like I'm losing a bunch. Ah, that sucks. Um, that would be useful. I'm really sorry that's really loud. But yeah, another strategy that I would say is talking to people. Talking to people can help sometimes if you're drained, but it's not as like concrete as other topics because maybe it's talking to people that making you drained. Taking time to yourself, doing something that you enjoy can be really helpful, especially if it's something that like you enjoy but you just haven't been able to do it, like with me on YouTube, right? Just releasing a quick video could be really helpful for you. So doing things that you like can also be it. And then sometimes doing stuff like journalism or just thinking to yourself is really good. Like especially when I'm like heavily stressed out. One of the things I like to do is look outside. Why do I look outside? I'm not going outside. I like going outside. I do, but I also don't like it. Unless I ask to go outside, I don't want to go outside. And I probably won't enjoy my time out there. Like, I would do the stuff I normally do, but I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't want to go outside, so I don't enjoy it. But that's besides the point. Like, sometimes when I'm out there, because my dad tells me, like, mow the lawn or something like that, I like to just take a second to look outside. By that, I mean, I'm still cutting the lawn. Like, I just look like I had to untangle it, the weed cutter, and I'm like, you know what? This would take a beautiful picture. And stuff like that can be really helpful. 15 base piercing plus, what was this? I have one that also do piercing. No, I don't see why I wouldn't take those two. Sure, I'm doing less damage, but if I block most of the damage, and I don't have to worry about it. Oh, I'm definitely cropping that, and that, and that. And that's fine. But, focus, right? So, that can also help. And then sometimes, you know, just knowing everything helps. It's not the optimal way, I would say. Yes, that could also lead to a negative effect, like more strain when you come back. Like, say, for instance, if work is too much for you, or schoolwork is too much for you, not doing it isn't necessarily the best option. And then professional help or help with stuff. So sometimes it's like things like homework or schoolwork or doing research for like a topic that you're really interested in. But oh my, I know this from personal experience. Oh my God, this is so much to look into. Like, have you ever tried looking at like how the brain works and like how you could theoretically put memories inside people's brains? It is very complex and very hard to look at. If you haven't seen my video about it, go look at it. Link to my channel in the bio and in the link tree. But back to what I was saying. It can be like stuff like that. Can, instead of just doing it by yourself, you can ask people for help. And some people are willing to help, right? Like, take for instance, me for example. Oftentimes, partially because I feel like I need to do this to like have value in their relationships, but oftentimes I will like actively be like, hey, do you want help with something? I will help you. Like, I will actively go on my way to try to help someone as much as I can. Maybe a little too much, depending on who you ask, but I still try. And oh my God, I'm dying here. That did not even last 5 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh wait, I got a new character. Oh, do character structure. Oh, permanent element damage you have plus 50. Plus, Honestly, this seems like really fun character to play. But as I was saying, right? Asking for help can be though I offer a bunch of people help, sometimes they is resistant to do it, even though I would not only 100% enjoy helping them, but also it would just be better for them, right? Be like, oh, instead of being drained by too much stuff, it would be better. Like, one time, this was back in, I want to say, early high school, maybe middle school. One of my friends was struggling with math, and I think it was middle school story. And I'm really good at math, right? So I was like, hey, let me help you out, right? Because it'd be way easier. And he was like, no. And I was like, but it's smarter if you just let me help you. And he was like, no, I want to try to do it myself. And eventually, he did let me help him because he still couldn't understand it, and the teacher didn't help him. Like when the teachers explained, they didn't help. But still, and then multiple occasions like that where people don't ask for help and just make them more stressed out. And especially in school where they are already stressed out, you don't want to stress them out even more. So, especially when it comes to stuff like that, ask for help. Now, of course, you should have some independence with it. Like, you shouldn't always be asking for help. I pretty much try not to ask for help. I might ask for like guidance. Like pretty much like never ask for help. I'm like, nah, I think I can figure this out. You just give me a few seconds, and I'll remember something that will be helpful for me eventually. Doing stuff like that, like asking for advice, can really be helpful. And there's something that you can do to prevent being exhausted or drained. Number one, figure out what like like your schedule and like limiting yourself. Being like, hey, okay, when I do this many hours at this, it's really exhausting. Or when I work out at this too much, and I can't work out because my body hurts too much. This is like, oh my god, no, sorry, I don't like that. Doing stuff like that can really be helpful. Because it just is like you can understand more about yourself, which helps you not make the same mistakes again. I realize you're going to mental damage. Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm gonna die. Let me reroll. Nope. Let me crop this, crop that. Nice. But I was saying, but like you can talk to people to try to help me. Well, no, that wasn't what I was saying. Oh, but figuring out your limits can be really helpful because when you're going near it, you're like, no, I need to take a bath. That way it's not too much. Now, of course, push yourself to the limit, but push yourself to a reasonable limit. To use a saying from Jack's Play when it comes to working out, I adopted this philosophy too, just in life in general. Try to improve by 1% every day. You don't have to push yourself 100% every day, like 100%. Like, oh, this is 120% of everything I could do. You can just be like, yeah, this is 100% of today, and I'm perfectly fine with just doing a little more. And also, if it's something like growth, you gotta remember, growth is not, just up and down. It's all over the place. So if you're worried about something like growth, you can, stop that and be like, hey, wait, no, that's not how growth works. It's exponential. It go up, it go down, it go left and right. I just gotta go along with the flow, right? Another thing I would say is talk to people. Now, we're really missing that. But, like, talking to people can be really helpful. Sometimes about like getting advice for things that could be over exhausting you, or just talking about your feelings. That way, you can get them out of the way, and maybe feel less exhausted. But what I would say the most important reason why I say talking to people are important because one of the major things that can overwhelm you and whatnot that lead to you getting trained is just people being annoying or like doing too much and things that like because of what they're doing is draining you even more than maybe normal, right? I don't need that. Yeah, I'm gonna reload shop. Oh, screwdriver again. Still, yeah, let's get that. But yeah, doing stuff like talking with people can be really helpful. Turns out. Another thing you can do is, well, limit yourself, of course, to doing certain things, but also like understand it's okay Because sometimes you think like, oh no, I can't do it. I gotta keep going, and that's partially because of how like life is in general, but also because of partly how social media depicts stuff. Where like, no, you constantly have to be on the run. No, no, you do not. You can take a break, and also a point where you realize, hey, this isn't permanent. Like being drained isn't permanent. And doing too much while you're drained might lead to something that is permanent, like depression, because depression is like a permanent alteration to your brain. So even if you think, oh, I'm no longer depressed anymore, you still have it. It's just not as evident. And I know this because people I talk to have depression, right? Like some of my friends have it. Um, so I do know that is how it works. So I will say, like, now you said also I'm a biological nerd, so I know biology. That is how your brain works. So don't push it too much, and also understand that certain mental conditions or mental, I don't like to call them, but mental health issues. I'm like calling them like mental condition or neurodivergency because they're different. I like mental health issues sometimes because that's weird in my opinion. Like I don't like calling ADHD mental health issues, but some mental health issues can also lead to just a celebration of this or just symptoms that are like this, and you think it's this, but it's not. Like depression. Depression is probably the like most missed. Like, oh, this is just annoying to deal with because it will come up in so like there's so many different ways depression show up, but like the most common ways you might get confused for burnout, being drained, mentally exhausted, like all of those stuff could, or like being lazy. Like that's a very common one that like people with depression have, where it's like, oh, I'm being lazy. Like, no, you're not being lazy. You're just depressed and you're drained. You just need to take time to relax and whatnot. So don't let. It's like you gotta keep in mind. So like if it's lasting too long, it might not just be like, oh, I'm drained. It could be like depression or mental health issue. I mean, another mental health issue, or if you have something like ADHD and whatnot, it could lead to acceleration of it. Not like you have ADHD, so depending on what type you have, you might just hyper focus on. Like you're like me. I 100% could have avoided being drained this morning if I just wasn't so hyper focused on streaming. But I was like, nah, I gotta keep streaming. Like you gotta realize if you watched the stream last night, the main reason I stopped streaming was because of the fact that I really fell asleep while playing Rocket League. Like I was sitting up straight watching Rocket League while playing Rocket League, and I fell asleep. Um, so doing things to avoid stuff like that is very beneficial. Oh, that was so bad. I mean, I gotta restart that. But doing stuff like that can be very beneficial. Where it's like realizing, like, hey, no, it's not just me. It's like I'm kind of predisposed to this because of this, or realizing that like, oh, maybe because I have ADHD, it could be even worse for me, right? Stuff like that is very important to take into account. Um, and I will say it's probably one of the most important things to take into account. Um, like, hey, if you have another thing going on in your life, like you have depression, then the burnout might be because of that, or if you have ADHD, you need to realize, or it helps to realize, like, hey, some of that stuff I can't control, like, yeah, I'm gonna feel like a failure, but that's like in my head because I'm not focusing on what it is. Or the same thing with the opposite way around, like, oh, I might feel like I'm not doing this one task, but then you spend like 15 hours cleaning up everything perfectly. Like I have also done, like I've been up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just scrubbing with like a toothbrush, like mowed off the wall. So you gotta keep stuff like that in mind too. That like even tiny stuff like that can also be a heavy mental factor. Yeah, like mental element when it comes to it. Um, Now there's another thing that I would like to say. Sometimes medication helps. But I wouldn't recommend it. Uh, like the medication, like sometimes like there are actual medications sometimes, but like I wouldn't recommend it because like sometimes they would just recommend you antidepressant. Sometimes that's just not good and make you go want to unalive yourself. But then sometimes to some people, definitely not me. If like if you ever recommend it to me and you keep trying to push me to do it, because like, oh no, it will be so helpful. So, sometimes taking some double lettuce helps with like not feeling drained as much. Because it's like, well, I can't feel drained if I'm feeling better if I am on cloud nine. Which is actually one of the things that happen a lot. Sometimes they're like, I'm pretty sure there's studies uh, saying this off the top of my head. So remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not a mental health professionalist, and maybe would never be. I don't know. But some studies showcase that, like when it comes to like being addicted to stuff like marijuana, adult films and whatnot, oftentimes that is coming from stuff like depression, burnout, and whatnot. And that is like the major factor that would then lead into like those additions. Um, but they like, and there are additions, but they can like be removed over a long period of time of like training, not training, a long time of therapy and whatnot. But it's better not to get addicted to it. Of course, I don't think most people want to be, but doing stuff like that, being what I was getting with that was sometimes taking medication or doing something instead might help you. Like, sometimes when I'm feeling down the dirt, right? Or like I'm like really trying to think about like everything I need to do or whatnot. I'm just like overworked. Instead of not working, sometimes I can clean up. So sometimes doing something that can get off your mind is really helpful. Like shadow boxing, I do that sometimes just to get stuff off my mind. But I would not say to over rely on it. Same thing with working out, where it's like, yeah, you can work out to get like more, like better, like work with depression and whatnot. But like, don't over rely on it because it's like just like everything, you gotta use it in moderation, okay, buddy? Well, that's the key word today: moderation. Put that mods. I don't have any mods, but you gotta keep that in moderation. Another great strategy for some people, once again, is doing nothing. That's different from sleeping. Sleeping is resting. When I say doing nothing, some people just legitimately do nothing, and that helps. Like sometimes doing nothing for a bit is helpful, whether it be like going outside and look at the roof, or like once again, I don't have a camera, but like me looking, like mowing the lawn, or looking like that would be a beautiful camera shot and make my day better. That can be helpful. Another thing is creativity. People underestimate how. Oh my god! Wait a second. I'm gonna pause real quick. Hold up. Hello. Okay, wait. I think. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me move away from my laptop. Is this good? Okay, I think it was good. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Normally I have my mic down at my head, but for some reason it was not. So if that audio seem a little like distant, it's because of that. But hopefully, because of the projection, it sounds like it's supposed to. Um, but yeah, like if not, don't worry. I'll just rewatch the video, remember what I said, or just redo it because these videos aren't scripted, so I'm pretty sure I can maybe do it again. Probably not because my YouTubers know that I don't. I can't really do like that. But the point of me bringing this up is creativity is something that can be really helpful for it. It can also be a great skill to have. Like take for instance, I like to do poetry. Sometimes when I'm down there, I like to make poetry. So I just like to create in general, as y'all might know. But like sometimes when I'm down there, I like to make poetry, like a song or whatnot. Now, of course, this song will probably never see the light of day. That's because you could like cannot make a beat. Like, I don't know what that is about, but like I can apparently I can sing, but making a beat, nah. Oh yeah, but like I'm not very good at art, which is another topic I want to discuss. But the point of me saying this is there's a point that sometimes expressing yourself through these platforms and being creative can help mentally. Like there have been multiple studies of people, not studies. There have been multiple YouTubers who be like, yeah, I know. I mean, start YouTube because I was like sad, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to put that somewhere. Or artists who have a similar but not the same story, where they're like, yeah, I started making music because I was sad, and then look where I became from there, a multi-millionaire star. So not only can that lead to stuff, but also you just can help mentally. Oh my god, I died so fast. When it comes to that, now I don't really know what else to say about like how to do exhaustion because oftentimes for me, I just bulldoze by it. Like I know it's not healthy. I know it's not healthy. Like in the slightest. Like also not healthy for your health. Like I know that everything I do is not healthy, but it helps. Like sometimes I don't eat food because I'm not hungry, or because I'm like focused on something else. And I want to like not focus on eating. Yeah, I know that's not healthy, but I'm still gonna do it anyways. Recently I just haven't been eating food because I don't know what happened, but I know what happened. But like I can't stomach food for the most part. Like it takes me a while to be able to stomach food. Um, which is a funny statement. Wait, oh my god, I didn't open the tab by time I started this. That was so dumb. I should have waited a few more seconds before doing that. Okay, so back to what I was saying before being so dumbly interrupted by myself. Uh, yeah, like I don't really know much more strategies. I can look into it. Let me know if y'all be interested in me looking into these strategies because I always have fun doing research and whatnot, and that also helps. But like, oftentimes, instead of like taking a second and doing like what I would recommend, I know it's good for me. I would just bulldoze it. So I would not recommend for y'all to do that. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get passing. And everything, everybody have their own unique strategies for it. Like some people, like me, is like yeah, I just forcefully, and how most people imagine, like you just forcefully bulldoze that pass it. For me, that's not like I do that, but I'm telling you right now, I am still very exhausted when I do it. It's just eventually, if I go at it enough, I'm just so exhausted by everything that like all I need is for like one thing to go my way, and then boom, way better mood. And, like literally could be like, oh my god, I hate everything. I hate my life. I really, really, really hate everything. And then it's only just like, hey man, I like your shoe today. Or hey man, nice pair of joggers. And I was like, ooh, that feels so amazing. So for me, it's not. I know personally that it's not a good thing for me uh, to do that. So I would not recommend for anyone to do that. Um, but yeah, I'm going to the next segment of today's talking, which will be bum bum bum. Why do I live? I just realized I said it would have been smarter for me to order these differently, but I'm not changing the order at this point. No, these are the orders I came them up with, so I'm keeping them the same. Um, hopefully I'll be able to talk about that. I want to make sure that these videos are under 2 hours long. By the way, making me thank you for joining this live. Um, if you want, you can follow me. If y'all want to watch the VOD, let me know. I do have my laptop open, and I just stream on my Xbox. So if y'all want to comment, I'll be able to interact with y'all. Just so y'all know, I do have a YouTube channel too. But enough of that plugging, because I don't really like doing plugs. They're really exhausting. I think most YouTubers can agree with this. One of the most exhausting things is actually having to share your stuff. Like making this stuff really exhausting. But like more than everything else is like you're posting when you're live. It's so annoying. At least that's how it is for me. Even today, I struggle to post that I was going live. Anyways, besides the point, I like to keep these under an hour. But let's move on to the next. Let's actually move on to the next segment. Before I get lost in the sauce again. After this, I'm gonna end stream, but then I'm just gonna go on to just a regular stream just to give y'all a break from like mental health talk. If y'all want, if you're watching this right now, just say no, don't do that. Uh, y'all want me to continue up mental health talk? Like, I would still have to end stream because I don't want to post a 2-hour video. Uh, because I don't want to overwhelm people. Like, oh, this is so much to watch. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So, and I want to get these videos to be seen. So I don't want to do that. The point is, why do I live? Now, this is a question that I came up with to put down because I was talking about the purpose of life in the previous live stream, and I was like, as I am, why do I live? Like, why do we live? And I figured, this is one of the times where it's like, normally I talk about it from like a third person perspective while clean still myself, but I think it'd be better if I focus on my first person perspective. So, why do I live? Honestly, I don't know. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I have some understanding of why people live and why I live in particular. And it mainly just comes from the fact that I like things. I think that's what most people function, where your liking of things is like one of the major things that impacts you. Where it's like, well, why do you do this thing? Like, why do you YouTube? I like making stuff. Why do you, I don't know, take the trash out? I like my house next thing. A lot of things come down to like, I like this. But I think in particular for me, the main reason why I live is because, first of all, I have hope in people to change. So if something bad is going on, I always try my best to have the best faith in people. But there's some people, like I said in my last year, there's some people that I just know I shouldn't have faith in. And then sometimes just like, no, like you've done too much. Like I'm telling you right now, I can maybe go one, like maybe my significant other kill me once, maybe, but like I know I cannot go too many times. Like maybe once is like the absolute cap. I can see myself going before I'm like, no, like we're not doing this again. Um, the point let me bring up because I keep doing that. Is the fact that um, for me, living is partly because I believe in change and that people can change. And that if I think something bad is going on in someone's life, or if I think someone is like being approved, I know that they can change. I like to believe to some extent, depending on what it is that they need to change, they can't change. Like if it's like just a habit they have versus their nature to have it. Uh, but at the same time, I also live because, well, to be honest, people would be sad. Like there, some extent of it is like notoriety of stuff. Like, well, people would be sad. Plus, if they go to my funeral, they wouldn't like do all that. All the time, that's what keep me living. Like when I'm like streaming down the dirt, instead of being like people love me and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, it would cost money to bury a body, so why not make it one? And that is not the healthiest mindset to have. But sometimes it's very helpful just to have any mindset. So you can be like, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not the best mental state. But I know I will continue living because of that. And then other stuff too that impacts why I live. Like I think not social media, like media itself is a heavy impact on why people live. As they can relate to people and the story that they tell and it helps with it. Like take for instance, showing one major reason why I think so many children characters are like going through the ringer all the time but still push forward and that's so inspirational to us. First of all, relatability. But more importantly is because of the fact that a lot of teenagers really sad and depressed because there's so much going on that like having a character that can inspire them to be like literally everyone in my life hated me. Like but I still tried my best, and here I am. Yes, I was sad. Yes, I have been sad, and I'm lonely. But eventually get there. Having stories like that give us hope that the same thing can happen to us. And Franklin kind of talked about the same thing, which is funny. Where it's like yeah, no, like part of the reason why we continue on is like something fallacy where we have hope that something will change. Ergo, we like whether it's very false or whatnot. Ergo, we continue on with it. I might have to merge some of my weapons soon because they're not giving me anything to cook with. Um, so because of stuff like that that I live, but why do you live? This is a question I want to ask the people who watch my live stream right now and who is in chat. Why do you live? Like, what purpose do you live for? Because some people live because they believe in an almighty purpose and whatnot, and that is some reason why I live. Because if if I was ever unalive myself, I'd be stuck in the underworld to say the least. According to my religion, I like to believe that there's some way to redeem yourself because that God is forgiving. So why not? Oh my God, it's kind of similar thing to what like help with like religious views recently. Cause I was thinking about it, and it was a line from Fair of the End where it's like they were talking about believing in like a God above, and then one of the characters like Fern was like, "Why even do that?" And then the priest was like, well, doesn't make it easier to believe that there's something above and there not being anything. And I was like, that makes so much sense. I like it. I'm gonna internalize it, which is hard if you watch my video, but I did do it successfully to some extent. And stuff like that that made me wonder why people live. Because I think that some of it comes from like reason, like you come up with any reasoning to continue onwards, whether it be stuff would change, whether it be this one show that you really like. Just a small thing can be the reason for someone would live, and that's why people try to say, "Hey, you need to value everything in life because that would be very helpful for you." And that's why I don't agree with that. Like valuing everything in your life will lead to be burned out. Like if you give equal value to everything in your life, not only will nothing seem precious, but also you will be eventually burned out because you're always putting the maximum effort for everything. Which is probably one of the reasons why I'm so easily for me like, oh my god, this is so much. I'm literally doing everything for everyone. And like, it's not that bad. So that whole time I was never saying I was gonna be that. I'm just here to talk about it. But I was a joke aside. But yeah, like that aside, um, no, finally, like finally did other stuff. Oh my god, I really should about that, but it's whatever. Let me roll again. Maybe get something good. Yep. Okay. But like, why do y'all live? Because sometimes it's the simplest thing that the reason why you live and can be really helpful. And sometimes it's just like you just don't die out of spite. Like that's how some people are. Like sometimes there have been cases where not when it comes to like as far as that, like why I'm living, but when it's like, so why do you continue to do this thing? Like why do you continue to try to become a teacher despite people being like, you're not very funny or whatnot? And I'd be like, I don't know, I liked it, and then some of it is like pride and spite, which is another topic I might talk about ego. That'd be a fun topic to talk about. Um, but like even else, like why do people live and what the reason comes for? Because I think that is literally the smallest reason. Our minds are so complex that we need something to constantly like we're constantly pondering stuff. We want to know the answer to things. So because of that, it leads us down this spiral of asking why, and eventually this overwhelms some of us, or not I say some of us, this overwhelms people and leads to depression. This is kind of the root of some philosophical questions, like just to name a few. I want to say uh, flake, flake. came was part of that where it's like what if you want to be happy in life instead of asking why do we live, like what's the purpose of life, you have to understand that life asks us questions instead. And I really like that point of view, and it's kind of similar to my own, where it's like, yeah, I ask why do I live sometimes, but it's like I don't ask for the purpose of life anymore. Like I'm like, it doesn't matter. Life is gonna be hard anyways, whether or not we know the purpose. So why not continue onwards? Also, yes, there are multiple like reasons why I live. Of course, for most people they are. But sometimes I think people underestimate like how important media is sometimes. Because like a lot of the reason why I live is because I have like these mentors and whatnot of like, oh, so this is like the good stuff. Like this is what I should do. Like, take for instance, one of my runners on doing YouTube is because I want to be free. I want to be as free as possible. And YouTube allows for that, along with Twitch, but mainly YouTube, right? So why do I do YouTube? And like who inspired me to do YouTube? Of course, there are people, real life people like Mad Pax, Alpha Rad, Game Theory. Yeah, you got the real people too, but you also have like characters like Sonic and what's his name? Sonic, Luffy, Naruto, but Deku. I'm gonna say Naruto, Naruto too, but like Deku, like all these characters who defy the odds and continue for awards, especially Luffy, because I was like, it was a really slump in my life, and I was like, why, right? And then boom, One Piece. Keep in mind, I've never watched it before, but I like watched recaps of new chapters, and I read some of them. And One Piece was like one of the things where like, yeah, I guess it could be cool. But I didn't never got into it. But what got me into it was not only I want to live, which is such a powerful mind, but also it was a point where Luffy was talking about like being a king of fire. I forgot what scene in particular. It was one of them, and I think it was in the later part. And it was one time where like I want to be king of fire to be as free as I can be, right? Or something like that. I don't know the exact scene, but when he said that, something clicked, and I was like, I too want to be free. I don't want to restrain myself to these normalities of the real world. I don't want to be restricted by governmental policies that we are maintained to keep. I want to be free. I want to do whatever I want in life as much as I can. I still would like to have some limits, of course, because life without difficulties is not fun. But like, I want to be like Luffy and stuff like this. That I wonder, like, what are your reasonings? And it also like, how do your reasoning evolve over time? Because once again, like at one point, I just stopped questioning what the purpose of life is. I was watching a Sisters video, a Sisters 5 video, where this like really something with me. Because beforehand I was like, because I am Christian, so I didn't really put on for a specific reason. I'm like, but why? Like, why would you or why not? So I was questioning, like, why? Because I like questioning things. So it leads to me being like, what's the purpose of life? And that didn't really get down because for a pretty long time, death is like man to me, just in general. Because I'm just not a very emotional guy, but also because like I'm like, well, death comes for us all, stuff like that. But it was one time in particular, very personal story. I'm not gonna say what happened. Uh, if you're watching this video and you're actually two in particular, two, I say like 5 people in particular, you might know what story I'm talking about. But it was sleeping, and that the one time was scariest sleep paralysis dream I have ever had. Uh, and I was like, no sir, Bob. I do not like that. But I forgot. So the point is, I started questioning it, and that sister's video was like, I see what he means, and I understand it now. I should have brought a screwdriver. I don't know why I didn't. For some reason, my brain was like, oh, yeah, I'm actually married. No, that's not how that works. I'm an idiot. If I die here, that's completely my fault. Like, it's so interesting to wonder why. And it's like so interesting when your reasoning becomes more complex because as time goes on, it typically does. Like as a parent who actually care for their kids, why do you continue to live? Right? They're not gonna be like, I don't know. They're gonna be like, well, because my kids want me, and if I die, then what? There are, matter of fact, there are a lot of stories in media where they actually have characters with that similar motivation, where it's like, I think All Might is a great example. It wasn't like the primary reason why. Actually, no, yeah, All Might is a great example of this, where it's like during that fight with One for All, they're like, why won't you die? And he's like, yeah, I'm also like being the symbol of peace and whatnot. I can't afford to die until this young man, aka Midoriya, is like the man I know he can be. Until he's ready to take my spot, I cannot die. And that is like a parental figure there. Yes, I know. I know I said this before. Yes, I do know that. Well, like I do want, I said I would be more like a parental figure, definitely. But that is besides the point. I'll get you, lock you in, and then that's when I'll upgrade these two, and then yeah. But it's like everybody have their unique reason why, and just leaving to wondering what is your reason. And this also comes down to like Ash. I think this is one of the reasons why I can try, like, especially now, I'm asking instead of asking the whys of how things works, I'm asking the whys in general. Like, why do we live this way? Why is it this way? And what, like, why do you not want to be a man? Or something like that. Well, granted, I don't ask that, but I'm like, no, I can see why. If I didn't feel natural in my body, I would also not want to be in there. And I would also want to change. Like, if I was like, yeah, I don't like my height, and I had the ability to change my height, of course I would change my height. Of course I like my height. I'm above average, and that's all I can ask for. Because I don't think otherwise. Not that not like I'm doing sports or anything like that, so being tall is mandatory for me. It's like, it's helpful. You can reach the top shelf. Something short people can't do, but it's like, is it that big of a deal? No, I wouldn't say so. Let's get life steal. I'm losing HBO Live. Well, the point of me bringing this up is the fact that, oh wait, yeah, let me do something like this. And then I'll merge YouTube, combine, do that. Mass HP for 1 damage. Ooh, baby, that's so good. I wish I had that beforehand. Yeah, because I can merge one of these to become red, and then merge one. They're gonna be so good. But it's like, why? And it also applies to other, like, because of that, I've grown as a person and philosophy wise and became way more mature. I think that's one thing that people underestimate is asking why is probably one what, when, why, and where, but most in particular, why is one of the biggest. Okay, I use that. It's one of the best things in life, and one thing that will lead you to grow the most in life. Now let me continue into the end stream with this game. I'm gonna end stream soon, but it's like asking those questions are why we live, and I feel like it's because you grow so much as a person when you take those aspects and you run with it. So, like, why do you live? Oh, because it's fun. Like, there's so many questions on why people live, and there's so many different answers that itself is fun and a reason to continue onwards. Asking, as one philosopher said, I forgot why, the person said, I'm pretty sure this quote, one can only imagine his sister is happy. Um, when you are already winning in life, when you ask why, because asking why is a first step of understanding, like, life. I don't know. Just like asking questions in general is such a fun thing. And I know that this part went from like, oh, how do you do with this and whatnot, and third to like just me talking. But that's kind of how I want it to kind of be like. Because in my opinion, other people might disagree or agree with this. I don't really think there's there's really much anyone can do to be like tell someone why they should live. Everyone has to come up with their own reason to live, and that's just how life is. And if you don't have a reason to, and you continue living on, then that's amazing. It's like you have something that you might want to do in your life. There's something there that's like, I want to do it. But if you truly have nothing left, then it's a fact that you believe that it's changing. You have hope that is the reason why you live. Or just a fact, like, even the smallest reasoning can change someone's world. And this also goes with people. I will say one of the greatest reasons why people live, in my opinion, is because of people. And I hope that one person will come in your life and change it altogether. And I believe that is true. But I think that a lot of people miss out on that opportunity because of fear. Sometimes just wrong time, wrong place. But also, okay, I'm just talking about in general. I'm not talking about relationship wise until I say stuff. I just realized I don't think I said it in this part of the video or so far that when I say relationship, I also just mean friendship in general. But like someone will enter your life with a massive change, and this is one thing where you have the parents where the person entered their life was, of course, their significant other, but that kid that they brought into the world with something them like, oh, no, this changed my entire life. They went from someone who like always rash to someone who's like way more cautious about everything and plan stuff out. It's like these tiny, like one person can make a massive difference in your life. And I even know this personally because despite everything, spiders like changed my life so much and so much for the better. More than I think she could ever know because I'm not telling her. Maybe I don't know, but like, oh, why not? I don't know. I feel like I can get better in this chapter, but these tiny things that when people come to your life, they can make a massive difference. And I know this personally because, quite frankly, I became so much better because of her. Like just her presence alone, and then it just like even when there was the first thing that happened, I became such a better person because of it. Like beforehand, I didn't really have an ego. I was just mad. But like because of that thing, I was like, you know what? I don't know. Something clicked. Also, Kindle more drop and then like reincarnated. And because you haven't listen to it. Listen to it. And even music sometimes be the reason why you live. Like everything's so fast and raw. That's so wonderful. And let me just ask questions like, so why do you live? And my answer would be, why not? Like an atheist, when someone asks, why don't you commit crimes? There's nothing to hold you to it. You wouldn't expect them to be like, well, because why would I? They'd be like, why not? Like, why would I do that? Because of no higher power, right? In their viewpoint, it's like that. Why you live? And I'm like, everything, the good, the bad, the terrible. Not because I don't think I could ever do it because religious aspect, like, oh, you're dying, not like you're stuck in the underworld forever. But also because of stuff where it's like, someone definitely going somewhere worse. And I'm gonna talk about that real quick before I end. People need. I'm a victim of this too to myself. But like, stop downplaying your own stuff. Like having acknowledgement that, like, it isn't the worst is important. But like, oftentimes even with myself, I would like downplay my own issues just to be like I like one thing to talk down was the fact that I would be like, you know what, there are other people out there that got worse, and yeah, that is definitively true. But like, they're not living your life, and yes, there are people envious of your life, but like, it's kind of the thing where it's like, I don't like the morally gray, like telling your kids they're starving kids in Africa, like, yeah, but that doesn't help, and that's honestly make it even worse for them. Like, fun fact, uh, one of the reasons why people in America are so obese is because of that. Because we are taught as little kids to like eat everything you have, and yeah, I still do that. I don't like wasting, but not because I'm full, it's because I don't like wasting food. So even if I don't like it, I'll still eat it. Uh, but I don't often get food, but like oftentimes it's like, yeah, no, that's one reason why we're obese, because people have that, like, do that where they compare themselves to different circumstances. Like, yeah, valid. There are people who starve in Africa, don't waste your food, but it's also like, yeah, but what about me? Like, I'm full. Like, like, I understand when things like you're really not gonna eat this food because you don't like it when they're starving in Africa, but when it's like I'm full and you're like, let's try to kiss. Like, no, that's not how you do that, and that doesn't help anyone. But yeah, um, I forgot what character I'm playing. You're not gonna lie. Okay, Max HP. Okay, so I was right. But yeah, it's like I just wonder why people live. And after this round, I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna boot it up. Another one, right? This will be saved as a VOD. The reason I'm ending the stream now is because I want to make a 2 hour long video uh, about mental health. And we're going to take a break from talking about that because, I don't want to overwhelm y'all with too much mental health talk. Granted, when I post it, it will be all in the same order. But afterwards, we're going to take a break. And after we take a break, we're going to play this game. We're going to move to, like, Call of Duty and that. Something more high tense for y'all. Where I focus on the gameplay versus doing anything else. And I sure hope I don't die. I really don't want to die. Maybe I'm too focused. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Because I don't really know what to talk about. Like, stuff like when I get into my own feelings, depending on what it is, I just get like, hmm, hmm, hmm. Versus being like more reasonable. Where it's like coming down to like why I do what I do to be more severe. Like, why do you live? I'm like, because it's fun to live. Like, yeah, I absolutely hated myself at one point. And yeah, I do probably still hate, I do hate myself a little bit now. A lot less, but it's still fun to live. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna end stream, then immediately start up a new one called, there's some gameplay. But I hope that y'all enjoy this stream. I'll see y'all in literally like 5 seconds, or 1 minute, because I gotta change the stream name. And for the people watching this video, hope you had a good day. Um, See y'all next time. Watch the previous parts and the next part if you want to see more. Bye.